Hello everyone, welcome to session 75 of Selenium training. In today's session, I am going to start a live project on Selenium, guys. Okay, I'm going to start a live project on Selenium. So as part of this live project, I will be taking a real-time framework. Okay, a real-time framework having Cucumber, BDD, page object model implemented. This framework at a high level will follow Cucumber, BDD, and POM, page object model. And coming to the application that I'm going to automate, a real-time application, guys. We are going to automate the scenarios which belong to a real-time application. So it's an e-commerce application, guys. I'm going to choose an e-commerce applications as part of this real-time application. I'm going to show that. Let me launch the real-time application. It's nothing but tutorialsninja/demo.com/demo. This is tutorialsninja.com/demo is our website, guys. We have hosted it in one of our domains. In one of our hosting spaces, we have hosted this application. All the students who are following these videos can use it for your purpose, guys. It's a real-time application, guys. It looks very similar to the e-commerce applications like Amazon.com or Flipkart.in. Okay. Similarly, you cannot automate those applications, guys. It's not recommended to automate some Flipkart.in or Amazon.com because those guys will identify you. Those guys will keep on identifying whether an automation tool is doing the operations or a real person is doing the operation by clearly specifying an option to select yourself as not a robot, right? They will ask you, right? They keep on asking you whether you are not a robot or not, right? So it's better that you don't automate live applications like Flipkart.in or Amazon.com. Instead, similarly, I hosted another application like tutorialsninja.com/demo. Okay, this is the URL of the application. I hosted it one of the hosting spaces. This looks very similar to the e-commerce applications, right? You can search here, search for the products here, or you can go to any specific product, add this to cart. Similar to live applications, you can do the same thing. Click on view cart. So here, if you want, you can increase the number, quantity, and the price will get updated anyhow. And checkout. It's asking whether you are a new customer or existing customer. If you are an existing customer, you can go from here. If you are a new customer, you have two options like guest checkout and register account. Okay. I'm just giving some just see logout option came. Like this, guys, you can log into this account. You can do a lot of operations on this particular application. Okay. It resembles a real application, right? So this is the application I'm going to take. Okay. I'm going to identify some scenarios on this particular real-time application and try to automate that. Okay. Real-time application, e-commerce application. It's like tutorialsninja.com/demo is a URL. So as part of this live project, I have taken a real-time framework. I will be dealing with a real-time framework at the same time. A real-time application, which is nothing but an e-commerce application, right? These are the things I am going to do. At same time, not only just a framework and application, guys, but in real time, we'll not be simply automating the application, right? Instead, we'll be using continuous integration tools, right? What we'll be using? Continuous integration tools. In real time, we'll be dealing with continuous integration tools, guys. Okay, we'll not just take a framework and automate it, but in real time, we'll be using some continuous integration tools like Jenkins, right? We'll be configuring Jenkins. Jenkins will keep on executing our scripts on a daily basis or based on how we configure it. Along with that, we'll be maintaining this automation code not in our local machines, guys. There will be a good number of people working on the same project. So everyone will be keeping their automation code on a centralized platform like, what is the platform, guys, which everyone uses? GitHub. And on the top of that, we'll be uploading our code or downloading the code from this GitHub centralized repository to our local machine to the GitHub using the which commands? Git commands. So in the live project, I'm going to explain. I'll be dealing with these three things, guys. Okay. I will be dealing with a real-time framework. I will be explaining a real-time framework. I will be automating a real-time application. I will identify the scenarios from this kind of real-time application, and then try to automate that. It's an e-commerce application similar to Amazon.com or Flipkart.in. At same time, I will be also this is a plus symbol. This plus this plus this. And also, I will be maintaining my code in the GitHub as a centralized repository, and I will also configure Jenkins to show you how Jenkins will execute the scripts on a daily basis or whatever that is. Okay, at the time when the time comes. So this is the thing, guys, which I'm going to deal in as part of this live project. So in real live environments, if tomorrow if you are assigned to an automation project, you have to come across all these three things, guys. Okay, real-time application will be there, real-time framework will be there, at same time some CI tools will be there. CI tools and centralized repository tools will be there. Okay, these three things you will see in the real-time environment. In this session I'm going to start explaining how people work in their real-time environments. Rather than just explaining about how to automate the application, I will explain how the people actually work in the real-time environments. How the people actually work in the real-time environments. That is the purpose of this session, guys. So let's get started with the live project then. So I'll be going with a step-by-step approach, guys. In these sessions, I will be going with a step-by-step approach. We'll start with the step one and keep on going. First thing is that first, we need to download the existing framework from here, guys. Okay. Before that, let me clear my local basis. Just give me a second. Okay. Any other things are there? Let me clear out all the stuff. If I have anything in my machine, I don't think anything else is ready. It is available. Okay, fine. Now, guys, what I will do here is I will click on. For that also, I'll go to my downloads. Try to pull all these things into the backup also, so that things will be clear for us. Okay. Okay. Nothing is there now. Only backup folder is there in my downloads. So I will start downloading the existing framework from here. So here, click on the download button after that link gets opened. So here you see the tutorials ninja.zip file is getting downloaded. Once it got downloaded completely, show in folder, you'll get this here. Do one thing, right click, extract all, extract. You see, this got extracted, guys. this tutorials ninja tutorials ninja folder got extracted. In that we can see the project files. Just go back and copy this tutorialsninja.com, which is having the project files. Simply copy this and go to any place in your machine, guys. Any place in your machine. Maybe I will be going to my D drive. Any place in your machine. Some automation folder. Somewhere you just paste it, guys. Okay, just paste it somewhere. When you open this, you will see the project files. Now, guys, we have extracted the zip file and copied the folder along with its items in any folder location, any place in your machine. Just but remember where you have copied that. Okay, project folder along with its content, wherever you have copied. Just remember that. Now third step, create a GitHub repository. Any name you can give, guys. Here I am giving demo live project name. Okay, create a GitHub repository. Say you can give any name. Demo QAFox live project. Just giving a big name. You can give this any name. Okay. So how to create a GitHub repository? Just go to github.com. Simply go to github.com. You have to log into your GitHub account, guys. My thing got automatically logged in. If you want, I can log in again. This is github.com. You have to log into your github.com. Just click on sign in. Just give your username and password to log into your GitHub account. Once logged in, just click on this image icon of your profile and just click on this drop down button and click on this your repositories option. It will take you at present there are 7 repositories, guys. Existing repositories are 7, which have used while demonstrating the sessions or whatever for my personal purpose. There are many other repositories available already, but I'm going to create a new repository. Along with these things, I'm going to create a new repository, guys. Click on the new button. Here repository name it is asking. What is the repository name we thought of giving? You can give any name. I will give demo QAFox live project here. Okay. Demo QAFox live project. Just give some different name here. Okay. And then I will select this, initialize this repository with a readme file. Okay, sample file, create a repository. Now a repository demo QAFox live project with a sample readme.md file got created here. Okay, that's what I did so far. Now, guys, in my local machine, I need to download this. I need to download this demo QAFox live project into my local machine. How to do that? Go to any of your location, say D drive. I've already created some GitHub repos, guys, in my machine. So in your machine also you can go to any place. I just prefer this location where I have the code for all the GitHub repositories available here. So at this location, guys, right click and say git bash here. So once you get this thing, now say git clone to download the GitHub. One of the GitHub repositories, I have to say git clone. Go here. So just go to this demo QAFox live project location, guys, in your GitHub account, which has a sample readme.md file. Just click on this clone or download. Clone with SSH option is available. Copy this SSH URL and paste it. Now say enter. You see it has cloned. Now go to your GitHub repos folder where you have actually cloned here, right? Now you will be seeing demo QA Fox live project with a sample readme.md file, and this particular folder is already initiated with a .git. Okay, .git. Now let's move to the nodes. Now, what's the next step, guys? I need to copy the files available in the framework which we have downloaded in the step 1. Whatever the framework project I downloaded in the first step, in that from that folder, I need to copy the files to the from the to the cloned location. This is the cloned location, guys. Demo QAFox live project in my local machine is the cloned location. To this location, I need to copy the earlier downloaded framework files, right? So this is nothing but that one, guys. Okay, I just downloaded this framework files in the step 1. So these are the project files. Just copy this settings, src target, class path of all those things into this demo QAFox live project. Paste it here. I pasted it. Now you don't need this cloned folder. Instead, the demo QAFox live project, I will try to open this demo QAFox live project in my Eclipse IDE, guys. I have already opened the Eclipse IDE here. You can see. Now say file, import. Is this a Maven project or normal project? It has a pom.xml file. That means this is a Maven project. So I need to import the Maven project. For that, I will say file, import. File import, Maven, existing Maven project. Click on next. Browse. So where is the location, guys? So go to GitHub repos. In that, I have cloned this demo QAFox live project folder, and at same time I copied all the required project files. So I just need to select the demo QAFox live project folder on the GitHub repos and click on select folder, and it will automatically detect the pom.xml file. Click on finish, guys. So Maven project is getting imported. Okay, it has to be 100%, guys. We have to wait till this reaches 100%, guys. Till then we have to wait. Still 9% is there. We have to wait till this reaches 100%. This is taking good amount of time. Let's wait for it to complete. Let it complete. So what we discussed so far, guys, I have downloaded the existing framework project, and then I extracted the zip file and copied the project folder along with the submitted folder location. Yes. Then I created a GitHub repository. Then I cloned the GitHub repository to my local machine, and then I copied all this downloaded project code into this cloned GitHub repo. Then I'm trying to import the project into Eclipse IDE and resolve the errors if any. So this is the step I am in, guys. Okay, we are at this 6th step. So it's not it's taking some time. Let's wait for it to complete, guys. Okay, it got imported completely. Now what we have to do, guys? So it looks like there are some errors here. Just expand this project. And there are some errors in this 4 class files under com tutorials. Just open this browser.java where you are seeing some errors. Hover the mouse on this browser where the error is actually displayed, and you are being provided with a suggestion to change the project compiler compliance to JRE to 1.7. Select this option, guys. The error will get resolved. Okay, automatically the error will get resolved. So this is done. Close this one. Again, go to the next file where you are seeing the error elements class. Just here, click here so that it will take you to the error location. Hover the mouse on this is displayed, and here also it's saying to change the project compliance and JRE to 1.8. Select this option. This is also done. Now close it. Now I don't see any more errors, guys. Now I don't see any more errors. That means things are good. We have resolved the errors after importing the project, this existing framework project into Eclipse IDE. Now, guys, so next thing is that open git bash inside the cloned project folder. Okay. So let's close the existing git bash and now go to the folder location where we have. So this is the GitHub repos. In that, this is the project you have cloned and copied and pasted your project files, and this but the same project you have imported into your Eclipse IDE, right? Now open this project folder in your workspace and select git bash here. Okay, git bash here. All these files are there in your local machine repo, guys, but they are not there in your GitHub repo. If you refresh also demo QLI project in your GitHub, there is only one file available, that is readme.md. But I want all this project code to be there in my GitHub repo. For that, guys, what I am doing, I am simply going inside the project folder where all these files are available. Right click here and select git bash. Now say git status. So these are all the different things that need to be, that are different from your local machine and GitHub repo, guys. Okay, this need to be uploaded to your GitHub repository. The same GitHub repository, you need to upload this local files into the GitHub repo, online centralized GitHub repo. So I said git status. Then what is the next thing if I have to add all these things into the GitHub? So I have to, next step is that git add dot, so that all the files will be added to the made ready for addition. Now git commit. Again I will say git status so that you will see all the things in green. Okay, all the things will be this, all these red color things will be in green. Now say git commit -m initial framework project files uploading initial framework project files to GitHub repo. Enter. So once this is authorized and approved, and the reason for uploading the files after providing with this commit command, then what you have to say? You have to say git push origin master. Origin means this is your local machine, local cloned repo. Okay, master means GitHub repo. So I am trying to update this committed code from my local repo to the GitHub repo using this command. Okay, done. Okay, it's done, guys. Now refresh this demo QAFox live project. You see all the files in your local machine got uploaded here. Project files got uploaded here now. So we have uploaded the updated codes files to the GitHub repository using git status add.commit and git push origin master commands. All these things are done. Now go to my Eclipse IDE. Under that, let's go to the existing. Let's see whether there are existing feature files available in this framework, the automatically downloaded framework or not. For example, go to src test resources. Under that, expand these feature files, and you see there is something login.feature is already available, guys. Okay, some login.feature file is already there in this downloaded project files. So what I will do is I will delete this default, not default. This is something which we got from the existing framework. So delete this one, guys. We don't need this one. We'll start everything from scratch. At present, nothing is there under the feature files, right? At present, nothing is there under the feature files. So these are the existing files available while downloading the framework. So we are going to modify this according to our needs. Okay, automation needs we are going to modify. So here we have something known as feature files. So there was something like login.feature file which came by default by downloading this framework. So what I did is I just simply deleted it. I simply deleted it. What I'm going to do next is, now let's create a new feature file, that is register feature file. So, guys, why I'm going to create a register.feature file here, I'm going to explain that. So open this tutorials ninja.com/demo, which is our live application. To get started, I want to start automating my account registration functionality. When you go to this registration functionality, you can see some fields here like your personal details. You can provide all these details and then click on continue and then create an account, right? So I'm just going to automate this as a first scenario. As part of the first scenario, I'm going to automate the registration functionality. So in order to automate this registration functionality, in my automation framework, under the feature files of SRC test resources, I need to create a new feature file. So click on new and then say file, and provide the name as register.feature. Register.feature. Okay, click on finish. I just created a feature file, guys. Just delete all this stuff. You may not need all these things. Just clear out all this stuff. We'll write everything from scratch. Now, guys, name this feature under this feature keyword, feature, and say registration functionality scenarios. Under this feature file, I'm going to create the scenarios. I'm going to write the scenarios for this registration functionality. So I just name this feature with the registration functionality scenarios. This is the title of this feature file. So it has all the scenarios related to this registration functionality. Now, guys, create the first scenario. Scenario. So first scenario I just want to plan is I want to fill all the details. Okay, all the registration functionality details. I want to fill all these fields and click on continue button. I want to fill all the details, guys. Okay, all the details and click on continue button. This is the first step I want to do. So for that, I will write something like this. So for reference, I already have written a scenario here. The first scenario, guys, I'm writing in the feature file. So I have to say verify whether the user is able to register into the application by providing all the fields. Verify whether the user is able to register into the application by providing all the details. This is the scenario name. Now under this, I have to start writing given. What is the first step, guys? What is the first step I need to write? So basically, first I will not be having this application ready, guys. Okay, I will not be having this application ready. First thing I have to do is I need to launch the application, right? I need to launch the application like this. After launching the application, I need to, so first I will write the step. First I need to launch the application. Given I launch the application and I navigate to and I navigate to which page, guys? And I navigate to register page. So I have to write that. And I navigate to register page. So just cross check whether we are on the same flow or not. And I navigate to account registration page or registration page. Okay. Then after navigating to the account registration page or registration page, then after navigating to account registration page, when I fill all these details. Okay, when I fill all the details. So for that I will be writing when I fill all the below details. When I provide all the below valid details. Okay, anything is fine. When I provide all the below valid details. So here I am going to provide the details, guys. What are the details I need to provide here? I'm just going to write them. First name, last name, email, telephone, password, and this is not the thing. Up to here, guys. First name, last name, email, telephone, and password I need to provide. So start with first name, pipe symbol. I'll say first name, again pipe symbol. Here provide the second thing, that is last name. First name, last name, email, telephone, password. You have to write like this with the values. So for that, first name, give some name, guys. Ravi. So here I will say last name, Kiran. Here I will give. Next thing is which field, guys? Email field. So give email. Use my email address ravi.kiran@gmail.com. Use some sample email address here. Just press tab so that these things are aligned properly. Now, first name, last name, email, followed by telephone and password. Some phone number, some random phone number, and password. Just give some password. And just give the password. When I provide all the below valid details, and what is that and, guys? After, let's say here you are providing Ravi, Kiran, Ravi, Kiran, some number, and here password. Now, after providing the password, click on this privacy policy, and I select the privacy policy, and I click on continue button. Then I should see that the user account has been created successfully. So let's cross check. I select the privacy policy. I click on the continue button. I should see that the user account has successfully created. I should see that the user account has reverse case successfully created. Something, a small difference. Okay, you can write on your own way. That's not a problem. So given I launch LAUUNCH, given I launch the application and I navigate to account registration page, when I provide all the below valid details, these are all the valid details, guys, and I select the privacy policy and I click on continue button, then I should see the user account has successfully created. This is a feature file. This is the first scenario in the feature files. Okay, the first scenario. And in the same feature file, I may have to create multiple scenarios regarding this registration functionality, guys. Only this is the first scenario only. Okay, to get started, I just created the first scenario. Done. Now I created the feature file name register.feature and I added the first scenario into that. Now, guys, in order to implement this feature file, I need to create a step definition class file, right? Where we have to create the step definition class file under src test java under com tutorials ninja automation step def. So right click here and say new class. Under this, you have to create the step definition file, which will implement all the scenarios in this particular register.feature file. So I'll give the same name, guys, register for this class name, register.java. Okay, it's nothing but Java file register. Click on finish. You see under this step def package, register.java got created. Now, guys, go here, right click, run as Cucumber feature. Just select this option, guys. It's an empty, non-implemented feature file, guys. So definitely you will get some recommendations in the output. Let's wait. Still running. Let's stop and just run it again. Yeah, it's running this time. So you see, since this all the steps in this particular feature file are not implemented when I have forcibly run it, so I got some recommendation in the output itself. Okay, because these steps are not implemented, so it's asking that. Okay, it's asking you to implement all these steps in by mentioning these things in the output, guys. Copy all these things. Copy all this recommended code from @given to then. Copy all these things and go to register.java and inside this class paste all this suggested code. Save it. Now, guys, we have to remove the errors. Okay, from the auto-generated suggestible code. So how to do that? First, hover the mouse on this @given. It will ask you to import the given annotation from this Cucumber. So given. So instead of importing all these things one by one, simply instead of given, just provide star. It will import everything. Okay. Now given here and I navigate to account registration page. You see given and I navigate to account registration page. So here instead of given, say and. Now when I provide all the below valid details is fine, when is fine, and I select the privacy policy and I click on continue button. Just modify these things according to the feature file. Then I should see the user account has successfully created. This is fine. Save it. Few errors got resolved now. Now remove this unwanted code from here. Remove all this stuff from here. These exceptions are not required. So it's got auto-generated. Simply remove that. And at the same time, remove this throws throwable. This is also not required. From everywhere, remove throws throwable. Okay, throws throwable. Throws throwable. Now save it. Now one more error is there here at the data table. Hover the mouse on the data table and select import data table from Cucumber API again. Okay, imported it. And here change this argument one as data table. Okay, to resemble that it is a variable of the data table. Okay, from Cucumber. So this is how you can rectify the errors, guys. Once rectified, now instead of implementing all the steps, guys, these are all these steps, all these methods are empty, guys. No code is there inside each and every method, right? Though these steps are now implemented, there's no code inside any of these methods, right? There is no code inside any of these methods. So to get started, I will start writing the code here in the first given I launch the application. Okay, I will not write all these things as part of the today's session. I will not be implementing all these methods. Instead, I will be implementing the first method here for the first step in the feature file. For the first step in the feature file, first scenario of the feature file. First step of the first scenario of the feature file. I will be. This is a step, guys. I am going to implement this first step. I launch the application is a step. So how to write the step? How to write this? According to this framework, I am going to write the automation code, guys. Here inside the launch application, I am going to write something like this. When I go to base, when I open this base.java, guys. Okay. Here you see driver is there here, right? Given here, given I launch the application. Not to launch the application, what I have to do guys? I have to say driver.get. Okay. I have declared the driver in this base class. This base class is there here. Okay. So this driver is nothing but a which type? Static type. So in order to access this driver, which is already declared here, I have to say base.driver. So here I am going to say base.driver. Okay. I'm not going to declare in this register class. Instead, I have declared already WebDriver in this base class from the framework level. I just access this base.driver. So base.driver, because driver is a static one. Driver dot. So how to launch the application? How to launch the application? I have to use the which command? Get command. Base.driver.get. Okay. Base.driver.get. In this, I have to provide the application URL, right? So in this, I have to provide the application URL like this generally. http://www.tutorialsninja.com/demo have to provide. But guys, for a change, I will not provide this hard-coded URL here. Instead, I want to access this hard-coded URL from the properties file. Okay, where is this properties file? Under this, just under resources configuration, we have this config.properties. Here I have already provided the URL of the application, guys. That is tutorialsninja.com/demo already provided under the URL. If you are working on a different application URL, you can change this URL from this properties file and save it again. Okay. So I need to retrieve this URL from this properties file. For that, guys, at the framework level, we have something. Okay. Instead of hard coding this one, I'll be doing something like this. Under the base dot, you see, under base dot. So there is something known as configuration reader, right? Configuration reader is there. Again, to this reader, you have said new property file reader. To the configuration reader. What is this configuration reader? You have created a variable for this. You have defined a variable for this configuration reader. Configuration reader is there available here. I'm just explaining the framework at a high level, guys. Okay, just open that, blindly follow that. Here we have config properties, and in the base.java we have configuration reader. Okay, so to read the properties from this configuration file, so I have created a configuration reader. What is this configuration reader? Configuration reader, I just opened it. It is an interface, guys. Configuration reader is an interface. Can you create an objects for an interface, guys? No, right? In Java, you cannot create objects for the interface. You can only create define a variable for this configuration reader. So in the base.java, we have just defined this variable for this configuration reader. But to this particular variable, we have assigned the object of which class, guys? Property file reader class. Again, property file reader is also there here. This is a property file reader. This configuration file reader is an interface, and property file reader is a class which is implementing this particular configuration reader interface. So here, property file reader implements configuration reader. So all the abstract methods, okay, in this default abstract methods in this interface need to be implemented by this child class of this interface, that is property file reader. So we have implemented all these methods. For all these things, you see get URL. Here also some get URL will be there. Here another one is get browser. We have implemented the get browser. And here we have get page load timeout Here also we have implemented get page timeout. In every page, in every method, before actually doing all this stuff, before actually creating the code in writing the code inside this all these three methods, what we did is we have initialized the properties file. Which properties file we have initialized? This config.properties file we have initialized in this property file reader. You see, properties, new properties dot load is equal to path helper. Again, we have one more thing called path helper, guys. Additional thing in the framework here you can see path helper, which will append the user.directory, this project path, to the provided path. So here, the project file reader, we have said properties.load of the path of the config file you have to provide. Instead of providing the partial path, what we have said, we have converted this partial path into the full path. How to do that? Path helper.get input stream resource path. So get input stream resource path. So to this, you have provided the path, and that path is getting converted into user.directory plus path. Okay, user.base path plus path, and that path will be returned. That path will be returned in the form of file input stream. Okay, so here it's a framework level, guys. You don't have to worry. Simply you need to pass a path. Okay, so path helper properties file reader. What is the purpose of this code? This purpose of this particular code is to initialize this config properties file. Before performing any operations on the properties file, you need to initialize it, right? You need to load it once, as per the framework concept I explained, right? Properties file, properties framework concept. You remember? So you need to initialize this properties file. You need to initialize this properties file using this code. After that is done, we have implemented all the methods in this configuration reading interface, like get URL, get browser, get for every properties. For every property, for URL property, you have created a method called get URL. For browser property in the properties file, we have created a method known as get browser. For the page load timeout, is there anything? Get page load timeout method you have created and implemented in the property file reader. Here, for public string get URL, you have to say properties dot get property of URL. Okay, you have initialize the properties file here using the object reference of this properties file. Properties class, you have to call this get property of this URL. This URL is nothing but this URL, guys. Okay, in the config properties. You already know all these concepts, guys, because I have explained all the framework concepts one by one. Should be in a position to understand what I am explaining at present. Okay, if you have already seen all the previous sessions, you should be in a position to understand all these things. Okay, so property, you are just you have loaded the properties file, and thereafter you have you are trying to access this properties values of these properties. So when you say properties dot get property of URL, what will happen? It will retrieve this value of this particular property from this properties file. That is, this application URL will be retrieved in this method, and this particular thing will be returned to this calling method of the get URL, string get URL. Okay, string get URL. So guys, what I'm going to do? So I am going to access this reader. Reader has the proper object of this property file reader. Okay, so this property file reader has all these methods. So with the help of the object of this property file reader, I'm going to access all these methods. How to do that? In the register.java, inside this get, I will say base dot reader. Base dot this reader, guys. Base dot, this is static. This is static. So I will say base dot reader. This reader is assigned with the object of the property file reader. Okay. Base dot reader. This reader is assigned with the property of the object of the property file reader. The property file reader, we have all these three methods: get URL, get browser, and get page load timeout. So I'll access that. If I say get reader dot, now what is the thing? What is the method you will access? Get URL. Okay. So this will get the URL from this properties file. So this is a whatever the URL you provided here, that will come here. Come and fall into this register.java. Now done. Now guys, we have the framework, we have the feature file, we have one of the step implemented in this feature file. Okay, we have one of the step implemented in this feature file. Now if I try to run it, what will happen? Let's see. Right click, run as Cucumber feature. This will not work, guys. It will not open the application. You may get something. You may get some problem. It has opened the application actually. one scenario, 6 pass. This is working fine, guys. This is so far working fine. That's fine. Whatever the code you have written is working fine. But guys, we have to do one change here. That is, I'll explain that. So what are the steps you are implementing in this register.feature file? You are able to, this particular step is getting executed properly, right? When I run this feature file, this particular step associated with the feature file is getting executed. We have already seen that when I run this register.feature file, this particular method got executed and remaining things doesn't have any code. So they will also get executed and nothing will happen, right? Because they don't have anything, so nothing will happen. Even though these particular methods are called from this feature file, nothing will happen, guys. Nothing will happen because there is no code inside this method. So only in this method, the code to retrieve, code to open the application URL is there. So that is working fine already. We have seen that. So what is the next step? So we have done up to here, guys. I have written up to here. Now, guys, for safe purpose, I'll be moving the hooks under the step definition package. So what I mean to say here is download this hooks class here from here. Yes, as part of the framework. As part of the framework, I have to copy this file. Don't worry much about this file. Assume that this will come by default with the framework. I just downloaded the hooks.java, show in folder. Copy this hooks.java. This is a Java file, guys. Hooks.java file. Okay, copy this hooks.java and paste under the step definitions. Okay, just paste it under the step definitions. Paste it here. Okay, hooks. Okay, under step definition package, just open it. Okay, so it has a before and after method. It has before and after method. Before and after method. So at a high level, what does this before method contain? It will, before method will load the properties file, start the browser, and maximize the browser. Okay, load the properties file, start the browser, and maximize the browser. This is what is the before method, before annotated setup method inside this hooks class. Whereas after, this before and after will belong to Cucumber, guys. Cucumber. So this before method will be executed before every scenario. Okay, before every scenario, this before method will be executed. After every scenario, after this complete scenario, this after method inside this hooks will be executed. This is after close browser. It will, what is the action of the before? It will load the properties. It will actually assign the object of the property file reader, then start the browser and maximize the browser. Before starting the browser and all those stuff, it will actually log the scenario which is getting executed. It will log the, this is log4j, guys. It's log4j. Okay, logging purpose. This is for logging purpose. And this is like project property configurator dot configure path helper src log4j. For log4j, if you have seen in the one of the framework concepts, I explained log4j, right? So there are two ways, guys. Either you can keep the log4j.properties file directly under the src, but here the things are a bit different. So if you want to place the log4j.properties at a particular place, let's say under the src test resources, sorry, under the src main resources, under the configuration file, if you want to keep this log4j at a specific path, if you want to keep this log4j, then you have to use this predefined method called configure, guys. Okay, this belongs to log4j only. Okay, this belongs, this project configure method belongs to log4j API. Okay, simply you have to say project configurator. This predefined class also belongs to log4j. Project configurator dot configure method. In that you have to provide the path of the log4j properties file. Okay, path helper you already know. It will help you with providing this full path. When you provide the partial path, it will create the full path in your format. Okay, path helper get resource path. You simply need to pass the partial path. It will append this with the user.directory path plus this path. Okay, so in log4j you have this project configurator dot configure to set the particular path for this log4j. Now the log4j properties file path is now identified by this particular project now. Okay, after that you can start logging. So log.info Here you already created an object for the logger. Okay, log4j we already know, right? Logger dot get logger of this hooks dot class, and you are using this log.info logs scenario started is the comment you wrote and the scenario name. Whatever the scenario name, this particular scenario will be coming from this feature file, guys. Okay, this particular name will be passed to this scenario. When before executing this particular scenario, this scenario name will be passed to this scenario, and in that the log4j path is already set now, and then you started the logging with the scenario name. Whatever scenario name that is passed here, that will be printed here. Scenario started with the scenario name, and then base.reader is equal to you are assigning the reader with the properties file reader object. And after that, you can access reader.url, all those stuff. Okay, reader.get URL, all those stuff you can access. Now, browser.start browser. This particular is the framework level. You have already implemented the start browser method, guys. If you go to the start browser, you can see that browser. So some code is already written. Browser is starting. Switch case is there. Based on the type of the browser is there, that particular browser will be executed. In case of Chrome browser, this code will be executed. If in case of IE browser, this code will be executed. In case of Opera browser, this code will be executed. Like that, all the different browsers, different sets of code will be executed. And here you see, guys, in the from where you will be getting this browser, guys. From where you will be getting this browser, base.reader.get browser.to lowercase. So base.reader.get browser. So that is from this config.properties files, guys. This particular browser will be passed here. Okay. So this one. So whatever the browser you mentioned, what is the browser that is mentioned at present? Chrome browser. That's why it will be passed. Chrome browser will be stored here. So switch browser is Chrome. So Chrome case will be executed. In that case, we have followed the concept of the WebDriver manager. I explained in the last session, right? WebDriver manager before this framework. That concept will be there here. No need to download any driver exe files and configure directly. You can. I just configure this project with this WebDriver manager jar files. Okay, and after that I can directly use this particular lines Chrome driver.setup from the WebDriver manager, right? Then base.driver is called new Chrome driver, and log.info Chrome browser started and written base.driver. Something like this, guys. You have to write for each and everything. It's already written at the framework level. Simply you need to use that. Now here, guys, in the register, we have written base.driver.get or base.reader.get URL. Okay, so before this particular scenario is getting executed, what will happen? It will go to the hooks and call this method. Okay, and it will start the browser and it will maximize the browser. After that only, it will open this application URL here. Okay. So after before this scenario, application is browser is launched and it got maximized. After that only, this first step in the first scenario will be in the register.feature file will be executed. So that's how the things are working fine, guys. So hooks methods will be called before and after the each and every scenario in the feature files. So this is also done, and now so there is a duplication, guys. Here we have hooks, right? It has before and after. So in the framework level, initially before I downloaded the hooks, this base.java also has this before and after. This is a duplicate code, guys, in my framework. Simply delete this code. Okay, you don't need that duplicate code. Simply delete that before and after from this base.java. Okay, base.java, this is enough for base.java. Remaining things will be there in the hooks.java, and hooks.java should be there under the step defs. Okay, it's better to have the hooks.java under the step defs. Fine, now things are ready, guys. So what I did, I just wrote the particular step for launching the application in the browser, and then I showed you where exactly the hooks methods will be called, right? Before starting the particulars, before executing the particular scenario in any of the feature files, the before method in the hooks method will be called. After executing every scenario in the feature file, at the rate after scenario in the hooks method, hooks class will be called, right? So now, knowingly or unknowingly, I closed this register.feature file. It was open, right? I close it. Now I try to open, guys. What's happening, guys? Once I try to close this register.feature file, you see it's giving me an error, guys. Editor cannot be initialized. Okay. In my machine, it's giving the error, guys. In your machine, it may or may not give the error. Okay. I'm getting an error when I try to restart when I try to close and open this restart.feature file again. I'm getting this particular error, guys. There is something going wrong in my case. Okay, there is something wrong going in my case. Okay, so I just closed and opened the restart.feature file and observed that I'm getting an error. In your case, if you are not getting an error, no issues, guys. If you are not getting this kind of error while closing and opening the feature file, no issues. But if you are getting an error, this kind of error, guys, in your case, so do one thing. There's a problem with my plugin, guys. Like add-on Eclipse ID Cucumber Eclipse add-on. If you remember, okay. This is not working properly in my case. In your case, if it is working fine, no issues. But if it's not working in your case also, you have to do something like this. You have to follow these steps. To overcome this error, I will first remove the Cucumber Eclipse add-on from Eclipse IDE. Simply go to Eclipse IDE, the help menu, click on Eclipse Marketplace. Eclipse Marketplace will open and it will take some time to load all the things. Okay, it has loaded. And go to this install tab. Click on this install tab and see that there is a plugin already there, which we have installed as part of earlier sessions. I have installed this Cucumber Eclipse plugin, if you remember, right? So in order to open this feature files in this Cucumber format, I need to install this Cucumber Eclipse plugin, which I have explained in the one of the previous sessions. So, but because of this Cucumber Eclipse plugin, my framework automation code is not working properly. I'm not able to open the restart.feature file. I'm getting some error. Due to some reasons, I'm getting this error. In your case, also, if you're not getting an error, not getting an error, no issues, guys. But if in case you are also getting the same error while working on this framework, simply uninstall this Cucumber Eclipse plugin, guys. Instead of this, I'm going to install an alternative plugin for Cucumber Eclipse plugin. Okay. For this, I'm just uninstalling the Cucumber Eclipse plugin now. So it's getting uninstalled, guys. It's getting uninstalled. Let's wait for it to completely uninstall. Almost done. So it's asking you to restart my Eclipse. So I'm just restarting it. After uninstalling, I'm restarting my Eclipse. Okay, I uninstalled the Eclipse ID plugin and restarted my Eclipse ID. Now expand this framework project and now go to SRC test resources feature files and observe that restart.feature file is now displayed in the normal format of text format, guys, text file format. Okay, it's not a Cucumber format. So when I try to launch also, it's giving me a dialog like editors available on the market will show ID extensions for so feature files. Something it's saying something it's not required for us, but now you see it's not identified by the you don't see anything, right? Cucumber related things you are not able to find. So, but if I install Cucumber Eclipse plugin, again I'm going to get this problem, right? Once I close the restart.feature file and open, I'm getting an error in my case. To overcome that problems, guys, I will do one thing. I will install an alternative add-on for this Cucumber Eclipse add-on. In my case, guys, I'm installing an alternative add-on for this Cucumber Eclipse add-on. Okay, so that add-on is nothing but this Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin. Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin, which is available at this place. Okay, copy this URL and try to open that in any of your browsers. So simply open that in any of your browsers. This is an alternative add-on, guys. In Eclipse IDE, Cucumber add-on, alternative add-on for this Cucumber Eclipse add-on. All right, Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin. How to install this one? Open. Do one thing in Eclipse IDE. Open this Eclipse Marketplace and keep it ready. It's almost done. Wait. Yeah, it's now ready. Eclipse Marketplace is now ready. After opening this URL, just drag this install button on this Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin into my Eclipse ID. So and drag it here. Okay, drag and drop here. Drop it here into the Eclipse Marketplace of Eclipse. From here to Eclipse. So I am installing, guys. This is the process of installing the Eclipse Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin. I am installing. I have to accept the license agreement and then click on finish. So in Eclipse, that particular Cucumber JVM add-on plugin is getting installed. Let's wait for it to completely install. Okay, new alternative plugin I am installing for Cucumber Eclipse plugin, guys. Okay, Cucumber JVM plugin I am installing now, which is an alternative for Cucumber Eclipse plugin. Okay, it's almost done, 48%. Yeah, we got this. Okay, we got this security warning dialog. Select any install anyway. So restart now. It's asking you to restart. Just restart it. I'm restarting my Eclipse ID. So after restarting, you will see this Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin installed in our Eclipse ID. Okay. So now go to SRC test resources feature files. You see now register.feature file is now identified with Cucumber. Right. This is how it looks. Cucumber feature file will look like this. Another Cucumber plugin, guys, because this is opening. Earlier, when I close and open my register.feature file, it was not opening, but this one is getting open. And in my Eclipse marketplace, if you go to the installed part, installed section, you can see the Cucumber JVM plugin got installed. You see Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin got installed already. Okay. This is working fine, guys. This alternative plugin is working fine, though the older plugin is better than this one. Since in my case, once I create the feature file, open and write something and close it, my feature files are not getting opened. In my case, that's the reason I have installed an alternative Cucumber add-on. But in your case, if it's not happening, then go with the older default one. Okay, don't try to install a new one. Rather go with the Cucumber Eclipse plugin only if there is no issue with that in your case. In my case, I'm getting some issue, so that's the reason I just replaced this add-on with Cucumber JVM Eclipse plugin add-on. Okay. Now, guys, so far, now I cannot run this feature file because this is a different add-on, guys, and also you see something got distorted here. So let's organize it properly. The problem, guys, this is a different Cucumber add-on. This may not work in the terms of the old add-on. So we have to again place it well. Okay, save it. Now, guys, if can I run this feature file now? Right click, run as. I cannot run from the feature file, guys. This particular add-on which I have installed, Cucumber JVM plugin add-on, Eclipse plugin add-on, will not support you to run. We will not give an option to run the from inside the feature files. That's the problem with this add-on. Okay. And to overcome this problem, what I will do is I will go with the SRC test Java, and in that we have a package called runner package, and open this runner.java which came by framework inside the framework. On the top of that, just provide these annotations, guys. You already know about this this runner class, right? As part of the Cucumber concepts, I explained all about the runner class and all those stuff. Okay, so start writing the run with run with import run with from the JUnit, guys. This run with annotation is from JUnit. In the bracket, you have to say Cucumber dot class. Okay, Cucumber dot class. This is done. Next thing is Cucumber options. We have to provide the Cucumber options. Just below this annotation of this particular class, like here at the rate, you have to say Cucumber options. Cucumber options. Cucumber options. features is equal to which feature file you want to run, you can provide it here, okay, in between this one. Features is equal to which feature file you want to run, execute, just provide inside this feature attribute, the double quotes, provide the path. So for that, I will provide class path colon. After class path colon, you can provide the direct path of this feature files, guys. So that is where are your feature files? Feature files are available under the feature files folder. So after providing class path, you can say feature files folder slash what is the feature file you want to execute? I want to execute the feature file known as register.feature. Give that complete thing. Okay. Class path colon directly start from the feature file slash register.feature. Again, say comma and press enter. Here, right, import this Cucumber options from the Cucumber API. And apart from features, you have to attach this feature file with the step definitions, right? Step definitions are under the step def package. So this register.java, I need to glue with. So glue is equal to in the brackets, curly braces, provide double quotes. And here also you say class path colon, provide the package name that is com tutorialsninja.com dot automation dot step def, right? com dot tutorials ninja dot, just check the spellings, guys, they should be correct. Com dot tutorials ninja dot automation dot step def. Step def is the package name. Here you need to give the folder name of the feature file followed by the feature file name. Here you need to give the package name, complete package name under which the step definitions are available, right? Now again press put comma at the end of this and say enter. Here you need to provide the tags, guys. It's optional, but you can provide you up to you guys. Okay, you have to provide the report also. What type of plugin report? Okay, normal Cucumber HTML report. If you want to generate, you have to write like this: plugin is equal to HTML colon target underscore Cucumber underscore HTML underscore report. Plugin is equal to HTML colon HTML report. This is nothing but HTML report, guys. Where you want to generate this HTML report? Under the target slash under this target, one folder will be created. That folder with name, any name you can give, but here I will say Cucumber HTML underscore report. Cucumber underscore HTML underscore report. Cucumber underscore, sorry, control that. Cucumber underscore HTML underscore report. I have to provide like this. So this is for reporting purpose. Whatever the steps you executed, the specific reports will be generated this path under the target folder. Under this Cucumber underscore HTML report folder, the report will be generated. And again, after that, you can provide something known as tags, guys. Tags is equal to, if you want to provide any tags, you can provide inside this tags. Okay. So here, if you have multiple scenarios, so here what I will do here is this particular scenario belongs to which feature file? Registration feature file. So I will say register as one of the tags. You already know about the tags as part of the Cucumber concepts. I explained tags, guys. Okay. And I will, this is the first scenario, so I will say at the rate 1. If I have the another scenario, what I will do, at the rate register space at the rate 2, I will provide for the second scenario. Like that, I will differentiate one scenario from the other scenario. So if I want to execute this particular scenario with the help of the tags, so what I will do, at the rate tags, I have to give the AND condition, guys. I have to give the AND condition. For that, this is the thing. Inside the double quotes, I have to say comma. Okay. At the rate register, comma, 1. I have to provide like this. At the rate register, this is AND condition. Both the particular feature, particular scenario in the feature file that you want to run should have both these tags available, guys. Okay, you have to provide the syntax like this. If the particular scenario has register tag and at the same time it has the one tag, then only this particular scenarios in the feature files will get, no matter how many scenarios you have here, the scenarios having both register and one tags together will be run, guys. Okay, other scenarios in this particular feature file will not be executed. Only the scenarios having the these two particular tags will be executed. Done. Okay, these are Cucumber options I provided: tags, plugin, glue, and feature files. Those things are good. Now, guys, what next? So now I have the runner class ready. If I run this class, automatically this runner class will be able to uh, attach this register with this step definition class. Okay, it can identify this is a feature file and this is associated step definition class, and it can execute this steps, all the steps in the feature file from this implemented step definition class. This runner class can do with the help of these configurations. Right, now save it, close everything. Now right click on this runner.java, run as JUnit test. Allow access. If it's not allowing, just allow access and just run it again. Right click, run as JUnit test. So something is happening, it's not able to locate. So this @register and @1 are not being located. So let's open, something is going wrong. @register, @1. What about this runner? @register, @1. Things are good only, but somehow things are going wrong. Somewhere the things are going wrong. @tax is equal to @register, comma, @1. Okay. This doesn't have that feature file. So there's something not matching. What is that going wrong? Tax is equal to @register, comma, @1. Am I missing anything here? @register, @1 is correct only, but something is going wrong. Let's run as JUnit test again. If you get the same error, okay. We'll do one thing. In the runner class, I will remove these tags and see if that is a problem or is a different problem. Okay, now I don't have any tags. So if I run this runner.java, still it's a problem. No features. It's not able to find the feature files. Class path, feature files. Here feature files is there. Here feature files is there. That is a problem, guys. This is a problem. Okay, small problem was there. I'll explain what is the problem. Here inside this class path colon, I said features files, but here folder name is feature files. That's the problem, guys. Okay, remove this. Change it to feature files. Now try to run it. Maybe this may work now. Right click, run as JUnit test. Yeah, it's working fine now, guys. That small spelling mistake done in the naming the glue part. You see, the script got executed successfully using the runner.java. I have executed this cucumber.java file. Okay, I executed this register.feature file, and now refresh this project. Refresh this project. Now you see under target a cucumber underscore HTML underscore report got created, folder got, under that you can see the index.html. Either you can open this outside the Eclipse, or also you can open this inside the Eclipse also, like this. You can see all this. If every step got passed, it will be displayed in green color, guys. If something got failed, it will be displayed in red color. Okay, if any of the step got failed, it will display, that particular step will get displayed in the red color. So we started working on the live project, guys. This is just the beginning. We have set up a lot of stuff today. Okay, we have executed the runner class using JUnit, and we have just ground tested the things. Now in the next session, we are going to create more scenarios. Okay, still we have not automated all the steps. Only we have written the automation scripts only for this. I launch the application step, but all the steps will be automated in the coming sessions, guys. And along with that, we'll be automating more scenarios under this register functionality. After this register feature file is completely implemented, all the scenarios in the register file feature file is completely implemented. We'll go with the login and uh, remaining login and remaining feature files, guys. Okay, we keep on. We started automating the stuff. Started automating stuff with this first scenario, and we have partially implemented this scenario. We are ready to implement these steps. Okay, which I will be explaining in the next session. And finally, we have probably reached a point where we can update our GitHub. Okay, so whatever the changes we have done so far, okay, we can update that changes into our GitHub repository. So this is a GitHub repository. If you remember, this is a GitHub repository, and so far 2 commits are there. So what I will do here is, so inside this same project, inside this demo QF live project under which I change, this is the Eclipse ID which is pointing to this demo QAFox live project, right? So in this I will say git bash here. What are the changes have been done? I will say git status. So all these files are modified as base file got modified, runner.java got modified, and base.class, runner.class, and then here register.feature file got created, and we have deleted something, right? I think that's not there here, but login.feature got deleted here, and we have added the register.feature file, and this particular fault report got generated just now. So like this, we have did a lot of changes here from this Eclipse ID to this particular local repo. Okay, local repo. This particular changes I want to upload all the modifications done in this local repository. I want to upload into the GitHub repo. What I have to do, guys? I need to open git bash in this particular folder. I will be opening. Simply, I will be right clicking and opening the git bash here, and I will say its status. So you'll see all the changes that need to be uploaded into the GitHub repo. Okay, GitHub repository. So I will say git add dot to add all these files, and I will say git commit -m. Okay, updated the framework a bit and started creating the automation. Started creating the automation scripts for register functionality. Anything you can write, anything that you can understand, guys. Okay. So this particular whatever the comment you are providing, I can understand at for what reason you have updated the code. Okay. Now git push origin master. You have to simply say git push. After committing, you have to say git push origin master. Whatever the updated code will be there, right? That will be updated into your GitHub online repo. Now refresh. Now only 2 commits are there. When you refresh, 3 commits will be there. Okay, 3 commits. Click on these 3 commits. You will see at present I have updated the framework a bit and started creating the automation scripts. Okay, so the latest local repo code is now available in my GitHub repo. Okay, this is how we have to collaborate and do, guys. Okay, you have to maintain in your GitHub centralized repository. So fine. This is for today, guys. This is for today. So we started working on the live project. In upcoming session, we'll be creating more scenarios in the register.feature file and followed by the other feature files, and we'll keep on continuing with this live project. Okay, this is the first session of the live project which I have taken today. See you guys in next session. Bye, guys. See you.